Your Monday mystery game is none other than TUFF. Released from Sega back in 1989. This Sega's answer, they contacted Sunsoft and were like, "Hey, we need you to make a game." And we're not saying to rip off Double Dragon, but we want a game just like Double Dragon. But don't make Double Dragon. All right. Never played Tough Turf. So this cabinet, it's direct feed, so you can stand right in front. It's all right. I hear Jimbo Slice saying he's played this. Jimbo has played it. Really? Interesting. So this cabinet, we picked the cabinet up from Troy Smith of Tilt Amusements, and it literally, good cabinet, needed a little bit of work. Had a 19-inch monitor in there, so we upgraded that. We didn't have a spare fully working 25-inch monitor, but it is supposed to usually have a 25-inch monitor in there. So we had a tube that we just picked up from Jeremy Fox. I had an old K7000 chassis, so rebuilt that, but while it had a new flyback, it needed a horizontal transistor because it was blowing the fuse. So put a new transistor in, monitor was working. This cabinet and this game, Tough Turf, run on the Sega 16B hardware. This cabinet was actually already wired for the Sega 16B hardware. So it had the JAMA to Sega 16B converter board in there, which is great. That saved us a bunch of time, except the power supply didn't work. So we had to put in a new power supply. So that's not anything that bad. But then we weren't getting any sound from it. So I'm looking at the board and there's a blown cap. Change a cap, still nothing. Check the sound amp on it. The amp is ice cold, so I had to put on the new amplifier, and it still wasn't working. And then I started tracing out of the converter board from the Sega 16B output to the JAMA side, and there's no audio connection there. So ran some jumper wires, and it was working again, but the amp was getting scorchingly hot. So it was getting close to the point where it was going to burn the whole thing up. So Doug Fox came out, Master Tech Doug Fox, the one and only Doug Fox, who helps us fix so many games. And it turns out that there was a service harness connected that was, for some reason, pulling a huge draw on the 12 volt right to the audio amp, and took that off, and it was totally fine. So, Maximum Coolio, absolutely. Doug Fox does rock. Could not do what we do without him. For those unfamiliar with Tough Turf, Sega was given the task to really approach several games that were doing very well in the arcades at very awesome score of 57,300 points. Jimbo playing this at Haunted Trails long ago. This is one, so it is one of those that Sega had a few games. Tough Turf was Double Dragon. Beirut was Contra. And Bullet was Smash TV, we'll say. or probably closer to Total Carnage or Robotron. But absolutely cool to see Sega. Wow. Jimbo. Oh! Jimbo finding those buttons. 3-button game. You've got kick, punch, and jump. Jimbo using that jump kick. It is tough. Interesting. I had my first game on this today. I got to stage 4 on my first playthrough. I was concerned that this game was going to be too easy. But I guess my strats are very different than Jimbo Slice's here. Jimbo using that jump kick. Oh, that guy just staying out of the range of Jimbo's kicks. Picking up that pipe.
Yo.
That pipe is pretty overpowered and will get you far in the game. With minimal enemy management, once you get that pipe, you'll be making progress. This PCB was actually picked up out in Japan on auction. You can see it was weird that the squirrel saying the sound effects are awesome. They absolutely are. They really took so many of the nuances of Double Dragon. You can see the garage door and stuff. Little Double Dragon 2 going on there. Some interesting choices on the hitboxes. Jimbo clearing level 1. 34,500 points. Not too shabby. Goofy BK, there are no health power-ups. At the end of the level, you'll get 1 health back. 2 health back. The big thing about this game, no continues on it. And at first I was like, wow, this is not, I don't know if this is going to be good for the arcade floor because is it going to be too easy? And then it's like default is no continues. And it's like, oh, well, that's actually pretty cool. Jimbo not being able to put the dodge on there. There's so many weird little things going on in this game. Like, if you get knocked down with a weapon and your weapon flies off and hits an enemy, it'll hurt the enemy and sometimes knock them down. Timothy Roth, what is up? Arcade Addict sending 1,000 bits our way. Hello, thank you for being here, man, and thank you for that 1,000 bits. That pipe just so overpowered. Oh, Jimbo with a swing and a miss. Does that count as baseball? Is Tough Turf the newest thing that we have closest to baseball here?